Alright, we get to start Calen up in a brand new game. I'm going to try and get through the character generation and the introductory dungeon all in one go, and point out some of the particular differences. And I have reset most of the visuals to more standard settings as opposed to how I have them out and about.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
And yes, I can recite along with the intro to this game, like similarly to Morrowind.
This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Because, of course, it's an Elder Scrolls game. You have to start off as a prisoner. That's one of the few things that they don't change. And you can see that spire from most of Cyrodiil. Oh look, I'm back in the Imperial City's prison. No carriage, no boat. And I'm not going to use most of the tools in the character generator because you end up with some very strange looking results. Still can't be an Altmer because she doesn't have the weaknesses they do. So Breton still makes the most sense. Some of these aren't so bad. Nice in the middle. Because you can change proportions and color, but you end up with really bizarre, disturbing looking results if you're not careful. So just going to trim things down a little bit and leave it otherwise. And you have some styles to choose from, but the button twist makes the most sense for up and out of the way for her. You can adjust length to some extent. But this is the only time you get an RGB slider, and to get the color I want for her, that's about right. It's not too bright, not too dark. Remember, her hair is the color of red dragon scales, even though her skin hasn't quite caught up at this point. So the regular fleshy tone will be sufficient with suitably ginger hair. Tutorial bits being what they are. First things first, get rid of those. Go trigger you.
Skin, snotty expression.
I'll probably get to come kill you later.
The masters of magicka, right?
Because it's not a bizarre, prohibitive entry in this game.
Go ahead. Try your magicka in here. Let's see you make those bars disappear. No? What's the matter? Not so powerful now, are you, Breton? You're not leaving this prison till they throw your body in the lake. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here, Breton. You're going to die.
He will use
Hey, you hear that? The guards
gender
are coming. For you.
and racial appropriate. Well, appropriate isn't the word. Gender and racially based commentary. And if you are a Dunmer female, he will hit on you in his sketchy own way.
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
They'll freeze you in place once you're back far enough.
Stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt. No sign of pursuit. Stay put, prisoner.
I couldn't move even if I wanted
We're
to.
not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength. Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next.
Yup.
My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Convenient, right?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way. Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter.
True.
That
She's been
is
on a
not
to
what
smite
you will
list
be remembered for.
more than once, and it matters not.
So do we all. But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
Fixed.
Better not close this one. There's no way
Not
to open it
fixed.
from the other side.
This doesn't
She's
concern
changed
you
her own
like
fate
today. Just
more
stay
than
out
once
of our way.
already. So, not that I'm going to use it yet. And I'm using mechanics they haven't described in the tutorial portion of this dungeon yet. Leveling is much more uptight, has to be done much more carefully, and I can't tag my saves properly, so I do actually have to log how it goes.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
Don't have to.
Protect yourself.
There we go.
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
They're lovely red robes, but they have no value, so while
Who could they be
I would
waiting for us
normally
here?
pick them up.
There's
Don't know
trouble
if it's too late
ahead.
to go back. Don't worry, sire. We will.
Not going to. Yep, 2 of those have potions.
They won't be the first to underestimate.
Now,
the
why did I
ladies.
pick up the katana
I'll
that
take
has
point.
no value?
Let's move.
You
Eh,
stay here, prisoner.
it's really
Don't
only a
try to
point of
follow us.
conversation. They thank you for it later. Other than that, I can burn you, so I will. Well, I won't actually use your meat for the alchemy component that it is. I will still pick it up. gonna ditch you now, though. There are some parts of the tutorial that will instigate. I'm not even going to pick that up just because I know I'm going to drop it later. I do not have the carrying capacity to bother. That doesn't actually matter yet because I don't have a class which will raise it, but back to the particulars of... I'm not going to bother to pick that up either because I'll have to put it down. Nope, I won't. Now with this, I never bother with the mechanic. I just quick save, auto attempt, and if I get it on the first shot like that, all well and good. Otherwise, I'm not going to burn through picks on an easy lock. And since she does have some background in it, it's okay. But right, the level thing. So, in Morrowind, I could accumulate a backlog of credit towards levels, and I did. Quite a large one. In this, if you haven't resolved it by the time you're ready to make a level, you can't gain any more credit towards stats. So you have to be much more careful, not just about what you do, but about the order in which you do it. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. And unlike in Morrowind, I don't have to aim ridiculously high to actually hit a target. I end up putting all of you back down, so I'm not going to bother picking you up. Don't really need the torches, but I'll take them anyway, because unlike in other games, they don't have a weight. Now, down here, because they're running away from something else, they're not going to turn around and attack me. That one. Oh, I guess I killed it too soon. And I'm not looting its body for the nastiness on it. I killed it when you were still close, but you're still in running away mode. The other ones down here aren't like that. Fine, be that way. My magic regenerates in this game, so I don't have to worry about it as much. I'm trying not to hit the non-hostile one in the head, because it's standing up in the way. Stop touching me. Now, if you get caught in area of effect anyway, it really is your own damn fault. I'm not aiming for you. I know you're hostile. Okay, The ones that pop, the ones that are around that corner are actually around that corner. Hey! So, yeah, the fussiness of the leveling is why I'm not running, for example. I'm gonna end up dropping you again. I'll end up putting this down even, but I'll want to show you a new thing they let you do. You can technically pick up a carry like that. One thing. And that is a rat. Unlike in other games, well, while there are things that have 0 monetary value, if something has a value of 1, it cannot be worth less than 1. So when I do put down things based on value, I actually put down the heavier ones first. Not just because, you know, they clear up more space, but because this will never sell for less than 1. It's one of the notable differences between this and Skyrim, for example. And if I have a stack of arrows that are each worth 1, it will sell for the value of the stack, unlike the in Morrowind, because if my skill isn't good enough for a thing that's worth 1 to have a value of 1, now they will round it up to 1 if you sell them individually. If it's a stack, it's not. I never bothered with the stacks, even when I wasn't showing the sales, simply because it's a very tedious thing to do. That's one of the things that doesn't happen anymore. Or doesn't happen in this, anyway. Something here. This. Without a mod that I wasn't displaying, but did have for Morrowind. Alchemy picking interacts like a container, instead of like picking and no longer interactable the way it should. I'm not concerned about how much my destruction appears to be going up. Partially because I haven't taken a class yet, so it's not presenting. They start at your skills, or here. And right now they're just in alphabetical order by combat, then magic, then thief skills. So when destruction is a class skill, and those are a little bit different in this one, the base resets and all the credit that I've accumulated may or may not add up to a point or 2 in it when I'm done. Other things like security, which isn't going to be a class skill, will maintain its position. I've gone through this dungeon so many times. Yeah. Don't need to sneak up on him. I have nothing against having the alchemy ingredients, because, you know, like I said, especially if it's lots of little things whose value are worth 1. No. It's a good use of the weight options, but the mechanic itself for alchemy is improved, because I know I have multiple ingredients for this. It auto trims the list to things that will actually match with it. So there's that. And I have all of the DLC, and you get all the different notices for that as you're going through the intro dungeon. But yeah, distinction about the magicka. You'll notice I'm casting without my hands out. You can actually have both hands full, and because attacking is a different key, it doesn't matter what I have in my hands. I can still cast. And I could just hit you, or I can have you trigger that trap. And then hit you. You're certainly not worth picking up. Those are. But this is the only game where you can actually have both hands full with weapon and still cast, without having to swap it out. It's a good balance in that regard. But, you know, there's always things that are better and things that are trimmed out to improve other things. Like, unarmored is no longer a thing, which is disappointing because I don't want to always have to wear armor. And she actually specifically wouldn't, so there are things that I can't do in this game simply because she won't wear armor. Which is different from not learning how to use it. It's that she won't wear it. And you can actually push those logs down on them, but I don't have to. Don't touch me. Nope. See? Can. Don't need to. And yeah, I shoot this one well before I give him the opportunity to shoot me. Okay, that's... I don't actually start writing down my tally until I have a class and I'm ready to leave the dungeon. And bait you into the tunnel. Get you out of the way. Now, okay, sometimes there are and sometimes there are not rats loose with him, as opposed to just in the pen. Oh, nope, there is one loose. Can't have that. Now, I do think I end up everything but that in here is worth picking up. Now, a little bit of a loophole to the I don't want to train my athletics just to move faster is you can be sneaking and running at the same time, and if you're not actually sneaking, meaning there's nothing around to perceive you, you don't get credit towards sneak. And if you're not very good at sneak, you're not going to get towards sneak anyway, because running blows your cover because you're not any good at it. You can do both and get by moving along faster. Now, plot coming up. It starts right before you actually go through this.
We should find a defensible spot and protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before war is bad? We need to
Here
get
they
the
come
Emperor out.
Now, you don't actually need to intervene, because they have plot protection.
I think that was all of them. Let me take a look around.
Have you seen the prisoner?
Oh. They will usually, but not always, respond to that.
Not yet.
As in the, how could she? And he says, I know she will. But he will stand there and wait for me, rather patiently.
Kill her. She might be working with the
No,
Nope.
she is not one of them. She can help us. She must help us.
As you wish, sire.
Come closer. I'd prefer not to have to shout. They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen.
She has
How
experience
can I
with seers.
explain? Listen,
Those who
you
can
know
see the
Nine,
probabilistic
how they
outcomes
guide our
of
fates with an
actions.
invisible hand. I've served the Nine all my days, and I
And
chart
Azura,
my course
his
by the cycles of the
Daedra
heavens.
is
The
much
skies
more
are
heavy-handed
marked with
in
numberless
her
sparks,
guidance.
each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder which sign marked your birth.
Now, these are very different between Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. The Apprentice is still a bad idea because of weaknesses. The Atronach is still lovely, except for the difficulty in getting magicka back. The Mage is a little bit of a bonus. Some things are more effective now. But the Thief is what I give her, because she's always had a high dex, and Bretons don't start with good numbers here, and she's always been inordinately lucky.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Your stars are not mine. Today the thief shall guide your steps on the road to destiny.
Odd match for someone
My dreams grant
so
me no opinions
overwhelmingly
of success.
obsessed with
Their
magic.
compass ventures not
But
beyond the doors of death.
it helps me
But in
represent
your
her better
face, I
in this
behold
format.
the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied. No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
She
I go
actually
to my
knows
grave. A tongue
few
shriller
dragons.
than all the music calls me. You
That
shall follow me yet for a while. Then we
See.
must part.
in that kind of way. And the game changes your equipped spell back to
You
the
may as well
healing
make
spell
yourself useful. Here, carry this torch and stick
during
close.
that conversation. And something I like about the conversations is if it doesn't relate to the person, it's not going to show up on the list, so I don't have a bottomless, ever-scrolling list of
We're the
topics.
Emperor's bodyguards. Our job is to get him out of situations like this. Although I admit, things are not going according to plan. My job is to make sure the Emperor gets out of here alive, and I intend to do it.
Nope.
Stick close and let us do our
So, yeah, you don't have anything. So, put it back on my burning spell. And because they have plot protection, they don't actually need my help. Even though I can see you. That's more help than I usually provide, and that might have been one of the bodies that has a potion on it that now I can't get to. Sometimes, but not often, they'll actually come up the stairs after me specifically. Whether or not I shoot that one, I can see. Yeah, fuss, fuss, fuss. But see, I can't get up there. Get that body. Because levitation doesn't exist here. That is a little conversation point that you can hear in the background of the game.
Prisoner, help the Emperor!
But it's not. Oh, but well, it's a background talkie point that can occur, but it's not like one of those guaranteed you're going to hear this conversation things. But content from previous games can be discovered, including books written by characters from previous games. Lots of little lore tie-ins.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
But there are descriptions of some lore essentially written to explain some of the changes to the mechanics. I usually just go stand in my spot and wait.
Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
I really just stand here and wait.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir?
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
Oblivion, take you!
I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him, and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
And you're frozen in position until he's dead? You can't move and kill him? And at this point, I do actually just start picking up things of value again.
No. Talos, save us. We failed. I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead.
Not all.
The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body. Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men.
Yep.
The
I would
Amulet of Kings
blame
is a
dragon
sacred
blood
symbol
too.
Of the Empire.
Mostly
Most
because
people
I
think
know
of the Red Dragon
draconic
crown, but
seers.
that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why? Joffrey? He said that? Why? Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral. First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers. There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced healer. Am I right?
I haven't used any weapons or armor. Which is part of why. Now, technically, when you're picking a custom class, only 7 skills because you don't have major and minor. I can pick whatever visual I want. Now, healer is kind of sort of the best fit. Because everybody else, well, mostly because I don't want to be a white bearded old man. Even though the description's better. That is something lacking in these. While most of the contents of the game aren't gendered, the images for this definitely are. Magic. Personality and luck. Okay. Now. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. She would use that.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
Nope.
You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Waynon Priory immediately. Got it? Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed. I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body, and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
Yep. Now, I start getting the notices for the DLC. You can't do anything else with the Emperor's body. And after you've handed over Captain Renault's sword, his is no longer available to be picked up. Just the pittance on his body. So, now that I have a class, and skills in your affiliated class only go up by 5 instead of the 10 that the in-game screen claims. But so my destruction after all of those level ups, because it was low at lower levels, has only actually gone up 1. That's the only credit towards the level I probably have. They don't tell you how many, but you can generally tell. And 2 towards security, which is now agility instead of intelligence. Now, oh, god damn it. Now, I have more spells. I can sort them by cost. I do have some delightful things in here. But if I have magic for it, I'll use magic for it. God damn it. Now the rest of the DLC will attack me here. Probably. Well, I definitely could have left those up long enough for you to read, but I actually have journal entries, which is nice. And you get multiple bullet points, so that journaling is one of my biggest complaints about Skyrim, actually, is, especially for miscellaneous quests, if you're not given enough information in your journal to actually track it down, unless you were just given it and pursued nothing else. Stop touching me. Stupid rat. Since I've already got credit towards 2 out of the 3 stats you can improve during any given level, and selling things is going to happen, I don't bother with or I don't choose to have more or work towards anything else. Like, that's why I'm not running. You're still useless. Easy enough. Fine. Eat more cheese. Actually, what I usually do with these is equip it on a hotkey so that I can equip and unequip it without having to go to a spell. Put you on 3. Because it's nice if I don't have to go into my inventory. I do the same things with repair hammers when I'm actually using them. And that opens as soon as you get close enough. You'll see a light at the end of a tunnel. Actually, you usually do. Surprised it... Oh, here we go. Usually happens sooner. Now, at this point is where I always put my first save. Let's see, I have no option to name it. But you can change anything and everything. How you look, all the things. So I could, and I have done before, create a character that's all about being able to carry as much loot as possible. Because you can go through doorways overloaded, and then I just drop everything else. And make multiple trips to sell stuff. It's not particularly necessary, but I can do the thing. That being said, last word happens once you take a couple steps out. Tutorial's done. It tells you which way the quest it gave you is, but I can pick something else, and it will give me arrows. I could go sell things, and lots more, but not right now.